Hello everyone and welcome back to another figure opening video today. This is the first opening I've done in probably a month. We are now in July and I have no idea when this figure is going to be released. On my channel, that is. I mean, this was released a long time ago. We have it, of course. Anyway, today we are looking at the Hatsune Miku Noodle Stopper China version. And yeah, I guess this is just China? Because clearly that's how all Chinese people dress. Interesting. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this noodle stopper. So let's kick things off, as always, by taking a look at the box. So as you can see, we have our Hatsune Miku logo in the top left corner. In the top right, we have that noodle stopper figure logo. There's also an age warning up there saying that you need to be over 15. And then we have our Miku in the middle, pulling a very interesting pose. Very interesting. I don't know what pose that would be, but there you go. Down here we have the version 1 logo, and again they've made that look very oriental. I don't know, is that right or wrong? And then we have our noodle stopper figure China version down there. I don't know why they called it the China version. Could they not have called it a specific dress version? But anyway, that's that, and lovely, lovely flower pattern. Very pretty. I always like that kind of floral kind of look to these designs, so very cool. And then down here we have Jaya Prize and Furyu. And then on the side over here we have this beautiful art. We actually have some English up here. It actually just says Noodle Stopper Figure China version, which is cool. We have this really, really interesting illustration here, and the art is done by, what is that? Art by Minami no Aki. So I will post a link to their Twitter below. Go check them out because, yeah, it's pretty cool. They spend a lot of time designing these, so go check them out, yeah. So that's the side. On the other side, it's an exact copy. There's not really much of a difference there. And then on the back, we have all of our safety information. I think by now you're all very used to this. We've never actually gone through it, but just it's warnings and be carefuls and there is also a QR code down here. I guess that's for I don't know, what is that? Maybe it's to let you know when different figures from this company are coming out, so maybe you could check that out. But there's addresses and material and all kinds of information here, so there's a lot of stuff there. And then on the bottom we have our Hatsune Miku logo. We've seen this a billion times. Again, Noodle Stopper Figure China, blah blah blah. And on the top, exact same thing. So let's get this open. Okay, in with our knife. So I remember winning this figure when I was in Tokyo on a business trip about 4 or 5 months ago. So this is going back to January or February. Yeah, I've wanted to get it for a while, but the price of these went up a lot, and it was kind of hard to buy online. I think we won this for about 1,500 yen? Can't remember exactly. Anyway, so let's get this baby open. Cardboard, cool. And yeah, a lot of empty space. Again, the reason they do this is because when it's in the game center itself, when it's in the arcade and it's on those claw machines, they want the heavy side here so that it kind of just sinks into a corner, and it just makes it really tough to get it out. So kind of sucky, but it's also very clever. It's a good marketing money grabbing tool. Oh wow. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Oh geez, there's a lot of stuff in here, isn't there? Oh, more tape there. Wow, bubble wrap central. I'm kind of glad they bubble wrapped it because I remember this had quite a big drop when we won it. Oh, so much tape. Oh, haha, hey, ooh. It's like unraveling like a scroll. Geez, all right. Oh, she's upside down. Hello. All right, give me a second. Let me get this unpacked, and I guess we'll put it together. So give me 1 sec. Okay, really quick disclaimer. I know little to nothing about Chinese culture, so whatever I say in this is probably going to be very wrong. I'm probably going to be using a lot of terminology that doesn't really explain its origin or whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that very early in advance. But here is our super, super pretty Miku, and look at that pose. Isn't that cool? God, I think just like this is awesome. But we do have some hair pieces to put in. These are big, chunky babies. Now the hole goes, well, the hair goes into these holes on the side. These are underneath these hair buns. Got one in that shape there, and then one in more of a Tetris T-block shape. Honestly, the quality of the point sticking out on these hair to go in is not very high, so it took me a little while to kind of work out which one's which. This one fits into here, so this you can very barely see. It looks right. So we stick it in like that, and then we push, and it's in. Cool. Alright, so that's one. Now we have this second one to get in. This one I think is going to be a little tougher because this one was the one I was having trouble working out. It's a T there, but it's just like a mess there. I can't really make heads or tails of that. And it looks like it should be in that direction, so we'll do that. And stick it in. And there we go. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's cool. Okay, final thing we need to put in is this really cool stuff. Actually, I say really cool. It's actually really plain. It's orange, yellow at the top at the points at the end. And I dropped it. 1 sec. And as you saw where I dropped it, it's also very, very slippery. So this goes into her hand over here. And I wonder how we're going to do that. Well, that's going to be tough. You can see like her hand's actually closed. I'm wondering how we get that in there. So give me a second to work it out and I'll tell you after. Okay, so we got that stuff in. Basically her fingers are relatively flexible, so you can pull them apart and slide it in. The problem is it's actually very loose, so it's probably going to fall down a lot in this video. So I think for now, I'm going to, wow, there we go, take it out and put it down there. So yeah, let's get into reviewing this figure. Let's start off with her really cool looking face. So as we can see, she's got these beautiful greeny turquoisey eyes. These are very, very pretty, and they're looking off at an angle, so they're looking off to the side. Now it looks like she's looking straight at us, which is cool. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Her nose does stick out quite a fair bit, which is not unusual for these Miku figures, but her mouth has a really, really interesting kind of shape to it. It's kind of oval shape, like light pink there for the tongue, dark pink at the top for the hole. So pretty cool. Her hair has lovely shading at the front on her bangs, so that's a lovely turquoise colour, and that much lighter green, like a lime kind of green as a highlight. Very, very pretty, very nice. She also has this thing on the front of her head. I don't know what this is, so I'm not even going to name it, but this has a beautiful kind of ring pattern to it. Lots of nice loops, and this cool little cross in the middle, like a nice little headdress, so very nice. We can also see that her hair is tied up and comes down into very long twin tails. Let's take a look at these buns first. There are these big, big buns at the back. They look like eyes, that's kind of scary. These are nicely detailed. I mean, it's not the most detailed, but there's not really a need for it to be. But it does come into the center, into like this kind of dip inside, so very cool. There's these little ties in black and pink on the outside. So that's really, really nice design. And then also we can see that there's this kind of like head dress, like holding in her bun and also sticking out where these twin tails are going to come out. So yeah, very nicely detailed on the hair. Talking about the hair, look at these twin tails. These are really, really interesting. It comes down with loads and loads of little separated bumps or separate like little sections. It's really, really interesting. Very interesting choice. Like there's rubber bands between these, I guess. But yeah, this is really nicely designed. It doesn't feel like a shiny plastic. It feels more kind of like matted, which is cool. And it comes to a nice lighter lime green at the tips, so it's also highlighted very, very nicely. At the end, we also have these big kind of hair holders, or whatever you want to call these, again in that purpley, pinky, black kind of combo, which is on both sides. And then her hair comes into a central point at the end, but it also kind of like sticks out and explodes. So yeah, really, really interesting. What I like as well is that this is flat, so when it's on top of your noodles, which is the whole purpose of this, it will be holding the noodles closed. So yeah, very, very well thought out. And those are not pants, before some of you might think they are. They look like shorts to me, so I am not censoring that. But yeah, that's her hair. And the really tough part is her hair looks like it would fall out if I wasn't holding it, so there's a bit of a flaw. But regardless, cool head, cool hair. Okay, let's move down her body. Okay, moving down her body, you can see the underlayer she's wearing is like a collar with this kind of light, shiny chest piece. I wouldn't even know what I'd call that. But it's cool. You can see a triangle there between that and this kind of waistcoat or waist dress she's wearing, which is just showing a bit of skin. There's a nice bit of detail to that white undercoat. I don't know, is it a corset? Is it a dress? It actually looks like it's next to her shorts, actually, which is pretty interesting. But anyway, that's nicely detailed. You can see as well, she's got this really cool pinky orange jacket, and there's a lot of lovely folds on there and lovely shading. I mean, that's very, very nicely thought out. Very cool. Very thick cuffs at the end. These have yellow inside as a highlight to emphasize that there's a different part, and that's on the same side over there too. We can also see that she's got this really nice pink and black bracelet on her wrist too. And there's a very cool design to it. It's not just flat, it's like a zigzaggy design, so that's pretty cool. Every one of her fingers has been individually molded, which is cool. And they're all quite flexible because this is where the stick will go in. Nails have been painted, so yeah, very nice hand. Also on her jacket, she's got this emblem on her shoulders and on her back. I don't know what that says. So I'm not even going to try to translate it. Does it say something? Is it just a pattern? Please let me know in the comments, because I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to search. But then on the front, she's got this long front piece and long back piece, which is being held in by this turquoisey belt. It's really cool. It looks really interesting, actually. And it's got some lovely fold to it. It's that nice pink and black that we've been seeing as the motif for this figure. So very, very cool. And again, we have one of those things at the bottom of this thing. Thing on the thing. God, terrible, terrible description there. Which we also saw on the top of her head. Again, I don't know what any of this clothing is called, so apologies if I'm disrespecting anyone or anything. But I think it looks nice. It looks very pretty. Underneath you can... Oh, there we go. There's one of her hair. You know what? I'm going to take that out because that's just annoying me now. Underneath this, you could see that they've shaded it yellow. So that's pretty cool too. This color design is very nice. That pink, black, blue. Yeah, very, very well thought out, I think. It's very pretty. She looks super cool like this. Do we even need those hair, like these little things here? I think that's just good as it is. But anyway, that's her clothes, pretty much. I did forget to look at this hand. We can see she has one hand kind of just flat out like this up. Or out like this, sorry, the other way. And we can see a little better her nails there, so those are nicely painted. Only the little finger is separate from the others, but still, not important. Very pretty. And then, moving down the body, like I said earlier, these are not pants. It looks like they're shorts, but it also looks like it's connected to the white top piece that she's wearing here, so maybe it's a one piece. And then, again, we have these cool thingies here that we have at the top and down here. So yeah, and then her legs are folded like this because this is supposed to be going on top of your noodles. So this is going over the edge of your noodle. I mean, the design's very, very well thought out. I mean, these noodle stopper companies know what they're doing. But she's got these thigh-high stockings on. The connection between her leg and the stockings a bit cheap, but there you go. There's a nice diamond there in the middle. It's pretty cool. It's the same kind of plastic we saw on her chest up here. And yeah, one leg's kicking out and standing with these awesome looking boots. Look at that. That's really cool. It's very modern. Which is nice. And then we also have this boot, which is flat with her leg just kind of, well, her foot sticking out quite far there. So very, very pretty. And then one final thing that I thought was very unique or interesting for this figure. If we look on the base of this foot, we can actually see the artist there again. So what's that? Minami no Aki. So yeah, please do go check out that art. Very cool. I haven't really seen that on the figure itself. So that printed on the foot, it's pretty good. So there you go. Okay, so this is a really, really pretty noodle stopper figure. And yeah, this China Miku, very, very cool. Very nice design. Now, I need to get her hair in. So give me 1 second. Let me do that now. And here she is. So yeah. Wow, look at that. That's super pretty. What a cool, dynamic pose figure. Very, very cool. It's going to take up a lot of space on my shelf, I feel, but there you go. Anyway, we've got 2 tasks to do. The first one is to see if she actually does hold my noodles closed. So let's get her on some noodles, and then I'll give you all a few pretty shots of this figure, because I think this actually really does deserve some pretty shots. So let's take a look.
ihrem bald allein. Weiter brauch ich nichts zum Glücklichsein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein und dann mit dir im Wald allein. Weiter brauch ich nichts zum Glücklichsein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein und dann mit dir im Wald allein. Weiter brauch ich nichts zum Glücklichsein. Wochenend und Sonnenschein.
Okay, let's go get you on the shelf. Let's go for a very, very quick walk. So yeah, very, very cool figure. The biggest nuisance is her hair, the fact that it keeps falling out and dropping. Very happy that right now it's not. We are running out of space again. We actually had to move some figures over here because we've got another shelf going on there for something else. But okay, now very gently, I want to put her up here. Up. Careful. There we go. Oh, cool. Oh, that is really cool. So she is our fourth noodle stopper. Woo! Here's the noodle stopper collection. Very, very nice. Very cool. But hey, everyone, thanks for tuning in today. If you liked today's video, please do give us a like and please do subscribe because we've got a lot more figures coming. Hopefully, very, very soon. So love you all and bye!